Hi, everyone. Welcome to Film Cincinnati Backlot. I'm Betsy Ross, and today we're talking with Texas Battle, starring along with Bruce Willis in the Cincinnati shot action thriller Hard Kill. Texas, thanks so much for being with us. How are you?
Absolutely. How you doing out there, Betsy? Everything good?
Oh, everything is very good out here. Of course, it has been quiet on the film front, as you very well know. What have you been doing this spring and summer since I guess the middle of March now?
Well, I'm one who believes in if I want to do something, then I'm going to do it. So I've been traveling a little bit to places where they allow you to travel without the 14-day quarantine. But if you're going to fly and travel, this is the time because flights are so cheap. So I've been to Puerto Rico, Utah, Philly. I try to go as many places as I can so I can go ahead and woosah because this pandemic is putting a big damper on everything. So, and I was able to, get some self tapes come in, read some scripts. No one knows when they're shooting, so everything is like September, October, or even next year. But just been trying to stay busy and just keep the brain always moving and going. So.
Yeah, and that's the best thing that you can do. I see your Longhorns banner. Did you get to go back home and for a little bit back to Texas?
Yes, twice. Yeah, I went back home to Austin, my hometown, and did as much as I possibly could because a lot of the places out there as well was shut down during that time.
Mhm.
And then I've been to Dallas, so saw some family out there, and now coming back home. So yeah,
Good, and hopefully back to work here pretty soon.
I hope so.
I mentioned that you are starring with Bruce Willis in this latest movie, Hard Kill. This is the fourth time that you've shot with Bruce, including Marauders, again, another Cincinnati shot film. So you're very familiar not only with Bruce, but Randall Emmett and that whole crew.
I am. Yeah, you know what? I've been very blessed because I've been able to shoot with Mr. Willis, a huge action megastar. I mean, the first time I shot with him was Martyrs, like you said, great movie. We shot it in Cincinnati. First time I was in Cincinnati, and man, I had a good time. I mean, you guys just opened up the red carpet for us. So yeah, the movie's called Hard Kill. It's one of those popcorn movies, those bang bang movies, where you really got to pay attention to it. And I'm fortunate enough to play alongside Mr. Willis again, and I'm like his right hand man. So we're trying to get this device that the partner wants to conquer the world with, and that's played by Sergio Russo. Like I know Jesse Metcalf, I know Bruce is my boss, and I'm trying to, but am I really trying to save the world? So it's one of those movies. It's a lot of action in it. I'll tell you guys to go and watch it in your local drive-ins. It's definitely on VOD, but it's fun. It's definitely a fun movie to shoot in Cincy.
And I was going to ask you a little bit about what it was like shooting in Cincinnati, but you kind of answered that to me already. It sounded like you guys had a great time here.
Oh man, we did. I mean, when you're able to shoot, you know what I want to tell you though, Betsy. Now
Mm.
this movie, usually when we shoot is like October-ish or so, January maybe. But the time we came out this time, it was snowing and it was cold. Now I'm a Texas boy. I'm not used to no snow. But when it snowed, I mean, it literally like it was like flaky, like snowflakes, and it piled up so fast where I had to wear, like on set, we were all having those warm mitt things and heaters going. It was so cold. If you pay attention to the movie, you'll see sometimes when one of us speak, you'll see that smoke. But you can't cheat cold. If it's cold, it's cold. But I didn't know it snowed like that. But so you guys didn't tell me that.
Um,
Right.
I always love talking with actors who kind of cut their teeth on soap operas, and just fans of Bold and the Beautiful will certainly recognize your name and your face. What was that experience like? It has to be such great training for an actor.
You know what, Betsy? Bold and Beautiful was a blessing in disguise. I did not know how. You know what? See, soaps always get a rep, right? You do a soap, it's career ending. That's what they said.
Mm.
And I remember when I first met with Brad Bell, the creator of the show. And at first, Betsy, I didn't want to meet him. I was like, no, I don't want to go in there and meet. No, it's going to ruin my career. I want to do TV and film. And they were like, Texas, it's the strike. It's 2008, nothing's going on except for soaps. Take the meeting. I took the meeting. We talked. We discussed some things. And he was gun ho, like he really wanted me to get in there and write this, storyline. I was one of the first African Americans to have a significant storyline as being a forester, which was huge. But like you were saying, the workload that every soap actor out there endures, to be able to have 8 episodes a week, now 10 that they do, the dialogue that you have to learn and spit out while trying to perform as well it was a challenge. And I will say, hey, my first 3 months on the show, it was a struggle for me. I doubted myself. Could I do this? Because the pace, it's usually one take. And in the middle of a take, if you forget your line, you got to stay there. And then they'll say, okay, reset, action. And you got to just look at the lines real quick and say it again. I give tremendous respect, the utmost respect for every soap actor, because like you said, it is a lovely, great stepping stone. Because if you're able to do it, so anyone out there who wants to be in TV and film, do not act like a soap, or don't take like doing a soap is going to hurt you. It won't. If anything, it's going to have you grow. Training is it's like a paid training class. Amazing experience for me. And my cast and the crew, I would go back in a heartbeat. If he calls me Bessie, I'm going back to Bold and Beautiful. You understand?
A lot of people like to hear that. They'd be looking forward to that. That's for sure.
I would love it. Call Brad Bell, tell him stop playing, and bring Marcus Forrester back.
There you go. We'll work on that.
You.
As you said, you mentioned that you were looking for some scripts, reading some scripts now, and kind of looking for the next project. What do you think is going to be your next project? You have things lined up already?
Man, Betsy, I've been reading scripts. I've been some good ones, and there's some that's I'm at the stage now where you can't just take everything, and you want to be able to pick the script that's going to be, recognizable, that people are going to watch. Also, you want to be challenged in your next project or what you can do. There's some that came through, some low budget movies here and there that are shooting now with the whole COVID-19 safety precautions. But I just felt that I wasn't as invested as I would be in any other movie. So I'm hoping that there is a movie that's based off a true story. It's a tank movie that involves, when the Iraqis out there, they were going through all that chaos, and they were bringing down Saddam Hussein's statue. But there was 900 troops, U.S. soldiers, that went over there, and they controlled that whole hostile crowd in that environment and got that city under control and gave it back to the people. So if that movie goes, great script that I read, I would love to be part of that, because that's a movie I can really, sink my teeth into. So I'll keep everybody posted and see what's going on next. I hope to shoot something by the end of this year, if not for sure, January 2021.
Wow. Well, we join you in that hope that things will be cranked back up and everybody will be back to work by then. So best of luck. Thank you so much. Texas Battle. He is starring along with Bruce Willis in the Cincinnati shot action thriller Hard Kill. You can see it video on demand and in select theaters around the Cincinnati area. Texas, thanks so much. Hook 'em horns.
Thank you so much. Oh, I love you, Hook 'em horns. Bye-bye.
Take care.